This is Betamax. You guys have seen me eat a ton of Betamax on camera. It's congealed blood and it's grilled. As I've told you guys before, it really doesn't have a whole lot of flavor in and of itself, but this is supposed to be infused with a vinegar solution, so I'm curious to try this. Oh my God.
Continuing our Bacolod adventure, today's video showcases Martin taking me to the Pugad viewing deck for breakfast and a slice of Negros island nature. But first, we've got an hour's drive to reach Pugad.
Before we head up to Pugad, we have stopped off, Martin stopped us off somewhere here to pick up some Puto, and there's a little carinderia right next door, which happens to have Dinuguan. You guys know it's my favorite thing, so we're gonna go check this out right now. These Puto that Martin has picked up here are unbelievable, like the denseness of the Puto itself. As soon as we stopped to get this, he also told me to add this, and you guys know I love this. It's one of my favorite things. This is Dinuguan, and honestly, I don't think I've had Dinuguan in Bacolod. I've had it everywhere else I've been. I don't think I've ever had it in Bacolod. So first thing I want to do, I just want to try just a little bit of the Dinuguan on its own. It's beautiful. I don't know how to describe this to you, honestly. Once again, it's a blood stew, but I don't know how to describe it other than telling you it is absolutely delicious. There's innards in here. You don't get an overwhelming flavor of innards in anything. It's almost like this deep pork flavored stew. And it's awesome. This is the ube puto, and apparently there's ube jam, I believe he said in here, and coconut. Oh, look at that. All right, let's just go straight puto. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Like, look how that just kind of pulls apart there. The strands from the coconut. Oh man. Oh, that is good. All right, this one here. This is their cheese puto. Oh, look at the cheese stuffed inside of that. All right, little piece just of the cheese. Oh wow, it's almost like a thick layer of cheese that's inside of it. Super delicious. Let's go into some of this puto. Dinuguan. Oh my God. You guys lose me when I start talking about Dinuguan here. One more time. Here we go. Oh man, that's good. Oh my God, that's awesome. For me, the best way with Dinuguan is like this. Throw the chili behind it. Oh, it's so perfect. Dinuguan, chili, you can't beat it. All right, this one here. This one's kind of, it sounds a little interesting. This is a puto that is stuffed with an Asado Sio Pao. Oh, salted egg in here. Look at that. All right, this is super hot. Let's see if I can manage to get this thing in my mouth. It's like burning my fingers right now. Oh wow. The salted egg, let alone the pork asado that's inside of here. The salted egg with the puto works extremely well. It's beautiful. Oh. That was fun, but we've got to jump back in the car right now. We've got about an hour drive to get ourselves up into the mountains. Can't wait to show you what we got up there. Martin from the Bacolod Food Hunters has brought me about an hour just outside of Bacolod. This is Pugad. You're up in the middle of the mountains. It is literally a place where there's nests built into the cliffside, and you are surrounded by jungle everywhere. That little swing that you see back behind me, I'm not getting on that so you guys can forget all about that. But we're gonna show you around here a little bit today. So I am here with Chris Laino, who is the owner of Pugad, and he's brought one thing out. Oh, Chris, what am I looking at here?
That's Tuba, or in English, fermented coconut sap.
Okay.
So usually the locals would drink this one in the morning, get a little tipsy, and they're good for the day.
They drink this in the morning?
Yeah, it's also like a cleanser.
This is a first thing in the morning
Yes,
thing.
yes.
Okay. First, let's start with this. Let's try the Tuba.
Cheers.
Cheers. I've had this before. I had this when I was in Cebu.
Okay.
And it was extremely sour.
Oh.
Really bitter. This is actually very smooth.
Right?
There's a hint of sweetness to it, like you said. Like, yeah, I can see me sitting here drinking this and getting a little hammered.
In the morning, you get this one. It's more, it's sweeter.
It's sweeter in the morning.
As the day goes, it becomes sour.
A bit more sour as it ferments more. Really? Chris, tell me a little bit about Pugad. Like, what's the purpose behind? Like, why did you start this?
Okay, it started. This is my client's property. I saw her place. I immediately fell in love because this got waterfalls and lush trees. This is a habitat for the Visayan tariktik, the hornbills, Visayan hornbills, and created a few nest-like structures, and eventually became popular with the locals here in Negros. I'm an architect by profession, by the way, so that's why I keep on doing this first as my passion, and next is for my family, then for my client. The people enjoy this place.
And you're getting a lot of people coming up to check it out. Yeah. So it's all nests that are set up. You have facilities here where you can actually stay the night out here too, yes?
For now, we only offer day tours, but for our friends, families,
stuff like that, and stuff like people. Is that the long-term goal? Is to turn this into more of a resort type thing where you actually have like you can do little staycations here?
The long-term goal is maybe for you to experience nature more, rather than creating an environment of a commercial resort-like kind of feel.
Okay.
No, we're not into that. We're more into exploring with people and nature immersion. So
nice.
Yeah, mainly we're into that sustainable type of business, ecotourism, people, community building.
So one other question. So right now it's all day trips. Is this all bookable online and everything else?
Yes. We offer Filipino food. We wanted our guests to experience Filipino culture, mainly the local culture here in Negros. That's why we are offering our Negros comfort food.
What I'm doing here is I'm grabbing a little bit of rice. I'm going to start with just a little bit of this adobo. Tell you about this in just a second. This is their native chicken adobo. What's different about this is that they're using tuba to do this, and the reason being is that basically the tuba will turn into vinegar, and that acts as the vinegar for the adobo itself. We got a little bit of the rice, a little bit of the chicken. Let's go here, see what the difference is. I only find adobos have a heavy vinegary flavor to them. This is actually smooth, so even with the tuba turning into more of a vinegar, it's not this overwhelmingly sour flavor that you get from it. It's beautiful. The native chicken is quite different as well. Oh man, that's good. This is the native chicken tinola. So once again, it's not your typical chicken. It is a native chicken. There is papaya, chili leaves in here, and lemongrass. Big hunk of the papaya, get some of the chicken, some of the broth. Here we go. The bugs making all the noises around here are awesome. It almost has this little hint of a curriness from the lemongrass that's happening with that. Oh, the native chicken is so good. I could just sit here and eat all day. Oh yeah. This one here, this is called tambo. This is bamboo shoots, coconut milk, there's corn in here. There's little crabs that they're getting down from the river down there. And there is a leaf of some kind that apparently adds a sliminess to the whole thing. I am not even gonna attempt to pronounce this word. I can't do it. I've tried now a million times. But let's try it out. Starting off here, a little bit of the leaves, bamboo shoots, coconut milk, some of the corn. Let's go. So you see those little leaves there. There is a sliminess to it. Like you can see it kind of, I hope that's showing up on camera for you there. Because there is a sliminess that these leaves produce in here. Oh, but it all works so well. All right, this little crab. I'm gonna try it. Here we go. Oh yeah, you gotta suck all the insides out of it. Oh, that's awesome. This is the Laino, which is a local pumpkin soup with coconut milk. Here we go. Give it a shot. Think acorn squash. That's the best comparison that I have to it right offhand. Like it has an acorn squash flavor. And the coconut milk works with it beautifully. That's awesome. This is called Paco Paco. And what the Paco Paco is the greens that are in here, and this is wild fern. There's also cucumbers in here. There is something called blue turnip in here, which is a flowering vine. There's pomelo in here. There are tomatoes that normally is in this, but you guys know I can't do tomatoes, so not raw anyway. Let's give it a shot. Here we go. Super fresh, super crisp. It's like, oh my God, I'm getting greens. Like this is, that is awesome. You also get a full assortment of barbecues here. So first thing I'm grabbing here, I've just pulled a little bit off of the skewer here so I can save some for everybody else. We have inasal. We have both the large and the small intestines of the chicken here. So let's go with that first. The smoky grilledness to it, it's intestines. I know it sounds weird, but they are packed full of flavor. And the crunchy grill marks, oh, it's awesome. This is Betamax. And you guys have seen me eat a ton of Betamax on camera. It's congealed blood and it's grilled. As I've told you guys before, it really doesn't have a whole lot of flavor in and of itself, but this is supposed to be infused with a vinegar solution, so I'm curious to try this. Oh my God. As soon as you bite into it, there's a burst in your mouth. I don't know how they've done that to keep a vinegar infused inside of the Betamax itself. It stays within there, and as soon as you bite into it, just a big explosion in your mouth. Next one here, these are gizzards. So, let's give them a shot. Wash it down with a little bit of Tuba. Just in the little bit that we've been here, you can see it starting to get a little more sour as it goes along. It's not as sweet as it was earlier. Two of my favorite parts of the chicken probably are the gizzards and what I'm going to show you next, but you've got to see the size of this. You guys have seen me eat these tons on camera. You know how much I love them. Let me see if I can just get this up and hold it up there for you. The size of that. This is chicken butts, and I love this. The way that Chris explained it to me is the reason that these are so big is one, it's a native chicken. Two, both cheeks are still attached. So that's why they're so big. So let me just see if I can pull a piece off of this. All right, let's go. Yep, it's awesome. It's one of my favorite things. I love it so much. Listen to them, like that. How cool is that? You hear all the crickets and everything else. They're Siberian crickets. They'll drop kick you in the esophagus, knock you out. All right, these are native chicken wings here. I'm gonna pull this right out of here. Let's go right at this. Hey Zoe. Oh, it's so good. This is the tilapia. If you're from North America, you guys hate these things because they are an invasive species in North America, and they are somewhat causing havoc on the ecosystem in some areas of the US. Here in Southeast Asia, they're common everywhere. Freshwater, saltwater, brackish water, doesn't really matter. So let me get a little bit of the tilapia pulled off to the side there. We're gonna see if I can do this with my hands without looking like a total idiot. All right, so here we go. Tilapia, got some of the rice. I can't say that I've ever eaten tilapia before. It's delicious. It's a beautiful, subtle, fishy flavor. Chris told me the way I really got to do this. It's with this. Oh, more rice, more tilapia. Chili. Oh, wow. Just need to take 2 seconds here. I need to thank Martin from the Bacolod Food Hunters. Chris here at Pugad. This has been awesome. If you guys are in Pugad, get in touch with Chris. Come see this place. You're going to love it. I'll leave links below down in the description. You guys stay tuned because I have one other thing I'm going to get up to with these two here in Bacolod. So we will see you guys next week.